to another episode of Realitypus. We are back at the Goodwin Hotel. Hello, my friend.
Hello, friend. How are you?
Good. I feel like I just saw you
I know.
on an adventure that we're going to have to talk about in another episode. But stay tuned because we definitely had
an adventure.
It was an adventure for sure. We're really excited today because we are wrapping up our two-parter with Captain Kerry. And this was because we had that special break for Barbie.
Babs.
I was like, wow, go by Babs, huh? Which she
was like, no,
maybe
not really.
Just a couple people call her Babs, but you're one of them now, which is really special.
I'm an insider.
I mean, you
Privileged.
are. You're a Puss Insider. I feel good about that. So yeah, that was a really, interesting episode.
Yeah.
Kind of rebuttaling off of another podcast episode, which was Another Below Deck. So shout out to them for giving kind of the inspiration to start that next podcast with Barbie. Yeah. But, hopefully that resolution was there for her, which is something we want to offer to anyone who's been on a reality TV show.
Right, a fair platform to kind of get their thoughts out, their perspective.
Have their side heard, which is really awesome. So let's rewind the clock a little bit to this wrap-up episode with Captain Kerry. Gosh.
Care Bear.
You're Captain Care Bear.
I can't say enough.
There's so much to say.
Yeah.
And again, what a great guy, sharing so much wisdom, sharing so much advice. And again, we can't thank you enough, Captain Kerry. Without further ado, Cole, kick it in.
So how many stars as a guest did APT garner?
Oh, she's
out of 5.
Alex B. Taylor. Yeah.
There's not enough stars around to
Oh, you guys.
give him. That's it, man. Milky Way is not enough.
I gotta say that this definitely inspired me after to just continue to pursue dreams and pursue things. And one of the things that we are doing now is this reality TV podcast, which we're calling Realitypus, based off of the octopus nachos name that Chef Nick made for us. So we went from reality octopus to reality puss, just kind of cutting it down. I think it's just such a fun using the octopus, and it kind of ties everything back together. What did you think of the request, if you heard about it, for octopus nachos? Would you ever try octopus nachos?
Dude, I didn't think much of it at all. I'm like, they want what? They want what?
Some people were really crazy about it, and they were like, that's disgusting. How could they order that? There was a whole thread of that, which I was like, well, we're kind, but we also ordered something crazy for food, so I guess it's the balance, right?
Dude, it was... Well, see, I'm one of these people, I don't want to see what kind of animal I'm eating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I go to Europe...
The tentacles.
The tentacles, man. When I go to Europe and order a fish and the thing's staring at me.
Yes.
I can't do this, man. Give me the pasta. You know what I mean?
I've asked them to take the head off in the past.
Yeah,
I understand the bone and the whole 9, but can you just close its eye maybe at least?
Exactly.
I love it. And again, I think looking back at the experience, it really was just this once in a lifetime experience for me. Right?
Well, you must have done something right. They clearly saw something in you and a value that you would add to kind of cherry pick you in that way. So that's amazing.
It is, but I don't know what it is.
I do.
What is it?
Like I said, I mean, I think you're very you radiate being a good human being. And I think you're a good leader. Like I said, a good manager. Obviously, you're adept at, the technical stuff, but you're not boring. I always say this, and I keep saying it, and it sounds terrible, but nice people a lot of the time don't bring a lot to the table. But I think you're fun and funny, and you're personable, and you can hang with the crew and the guests, but at the end of the day, you get the job done in a way that is
hammer down when you need to.
Yeah, it's kind, but it's also respectable and effective. Yeah. So now I'm part of the tennis compliment rendezvous. You don't have to give me one. That's
Thank you.
Just a volley.
Thank you, Meredith. I really do appreciate that. I do want to add, I haven't always been this version of me. I've been I've been improving myself, and I can promise you, talk to my crew from 10 years ago, and they're probably going, who was that guy on TV? You know, who was that bloke? You know, and it's I've had a journey. You know, I've
Did
had
you
a
start
journey, and
drinking Captain Jason's Kool-Aid with mindfulness and yoga? And did he get to you? Is that why you're so zen now?
No. I mean, he's Kool-Aid. No, I'm very big into that. Mindfulness, meditation, working on myself. I do this work where it's not all, you know, East. It's not full Eastern. It's got the Western side of neuroscience, understanding the brain works, and just trying to putting it all together and being aware of where you're at. So, I've kind of joked that, you know, I might end up turning to yogi and never react to anybody, but I still got a fiery temper. But no, it's just, you know, just through life experience. I went through a divorce, you know, I went through bad times, and it's given me a chance to kind of appreciate people more. Where before, I guess I was pretty selfish. If I look back, I didn't know it at the time. So I was very much the boat's number one. And if you don't work as hard as me on this boat, and you aren't as dedicated as me on this boat, I have no time for you.
Right.
Yep.
I didn't have any time for people's. I didn't have compassion for you because you work. You should at home. I leave my shit at home. So should you. So that's how I used to be 10 years ago. And what I love about doing the show is I get to see myself on the show, and I see myself in my growth, and I also get to see where I might need some more growth, you know, and it's really neat to see that evolution of oneself.
I love that. And I would say too, I think it's part of the whole process of like being a human being as well, right? So you live, you learn, and you grow. And the more you keep growing, the better version of yourself you become. And it's great, you know, to hear that you're that better version now versus, 10 years ago, which is amazing. So good.
Yeah, I think if we, you know, I think a lot of us, especially, you know, being Aussie and that, and maybe I'm using it as an excuse, but it's like, this is how I am. You know what I mean? This is how I am.
Yeah.
Instead of like, you know what, maybe how I am isn't the best version of me. Maybe I'm not enjoying my life as much as I could.
Yeah.
If I could have more appreciation and compassion for others. But, you know, as you saw in the season, you know, as you saw in the season that just filmed, you know, the way I let Jared go and the way I let the chef go, it was compassion.
Yeah. And you went through the process, you know, you sat down, you real talked, and they had every opportunity, and what, you know, it was right for everyone at the end of the day. And I respect that.
I love that.
And the way I used to do things is, you let me down. I gave you opportunity, you let me down, and you would I would make you feel so bad for letting me down.
Yeah.
That you'd walk away hating me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's how I used to be. And TV didn't change that. I changed before that. So I'm really glad this came along when it did.
Yeah, you don't look like a complete asshole. That's nice.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Like I'm gonna own it. Like, you know, but there was people who got me, and we've been mates for life, but there's more people who didn't get me. And, you know, you know, we're in a different time now. It's, you know, we need to respect people's, you know, where they're at in life and what's happening to them, but you still gotta have that line. And I'm hoping it comes across well on the show that, you know, you're in a bad place. I'm trying to, you know, help you get to where you need to be. But if you can't make it, unfortunately, this isn't a place to get better. This is, you know, we need to get a job done. So learning that way to pass that on. And Anthony and I, we talk all the time. Jared, he calls me up all the time. Like, I haven't had people I've fired, like, have so much fucking love for me after it and thank me. You know what I mean? That's just amazing.
Yeah, that's a testament to how you handled it.
Exactly. Can I ask, you know, what advice would you give to someone if they were like, Captain Kerry, I have a dream of being on reality TV. Like, what would be advice that you would give someone if they wanted to be on a reality TV show?
People are pretty fit, so that's why I normally hit the gym hard a few months before the season, just so I could look half decent next to these massive South African Greek Adonises, you know?
Right? I know.
It's tough. I mean, listen, it's tough too being a charter guest coming on and like you're around people that are like seriously chiseled and you're like,
yes.
oh, we're gonna go into waterfall now and
I'm just gonna eat my puss nachos over
and
here.
I was like, yeah, we were eating all of that food and then I'm next to Dylan and I'm like, man, like this does not look good at all in any capacity.
No, not. I mean, next to Dylan, who does look good.
Maybe definitely go to the gym before, like, get a good trainer for 3 months. I actually did do that. I was like, I need to just put myself into shape for this. But then again, like I said, you go and then you're next to like a 25-year-old.
And then you just slapped a Christmas blazer on it and called it a
day. I'm just gonna
so
drink
dull.
and have a good time. But I would say I'm really. It was so cool to see your relationship with Barbie on the show as well. Kind of when she was having an issue, how you helped her, and I still talk to Barbie. She's such a great person, and her birthday's coming up, so happy birthday, Barbie.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
I'm excited. I feel like just seeing your compassion with them, and I didn't get to see that until I left. So, watching it back on TV, which of course was also a surreal experience because it was, maybe almost a year later, the show came on versus when we filmed it. So I was thinking in my mind, like, did we really do that? Like, was that real?
Yes.
Like, did it really happen? Because people were like, when is it going to be? When is it going to happen? And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it really didn't happen. And I just had this really awesome dream. Like, that's all I
really
can
lengthy
say.
dream.
Yeah. A 5-day dream, if you will. I thought you just so many different ways, which was why it really is such an honor to have you as our first guest on the Realitypus podcast.
You popped our cherry. Thanks.
You did it for us. You did it.
I hope I was gentle.
Yeah, you were really great. I think that it really boils down to just this amazing once in a lifetime experience. And to me now, to be able to look back and go on like Hulu and watch the show over again, it's like watching like a home video, right? Where it's like, oh yeah, I did that. That was so cool. And there's still random people that come up and they're like, hey, were you that guy that, and I'm like, wow, this is what a reach. Like, you don't understand the magnitude and the expansive reach of the show. I had done news here in Connecticut and I do like cooking segments and things like that. But you don't realize all of a sudden people from around the world and around the country are writing messages to you. And that was just a piece of what I got. I can only imagine what it's like for you,
Yeah.
How many people have slid into those DMs?
Oh,
into the what? Sorry?
How many people have slid into your DMs?
Well, like send you messages,
Oh yeah. Sorry, DMs. Yeah, lots. But I'm very active, on different platforms. So I have a lot of fun. But I try to answer most people. But I prefer them to communicate openly.
Right, exactly. Again, I think it's such a cool opportunity to know you as a person, to be able to have you here for this, and we can't thank you enough. So anything coming up you're looking forward to, we'll end it with that. Is there anything that you want to have people go look at, or is there a website you have, or is there what's your Instagram handle? How can we get more people?
My Instagram handle is CAPT_Kerry.
Love it.
And that's across all of my stuff. So there's a lot of people impersonating me out there. So if it's not CAPT_Kerry and has something else after it, it's not me. So
the blue check mark. My mom still hasn't learned that lesson.
Yeah,
the blue check mark there. I haven't done the blue on X or on TikTok. I just haven't bothered with it. But yeah, man, I'm up here in Connecticut right now.
Well, this is crazy too, right? You're actually we're all in Connecticut right now, which
I can feel the energy.
Yeah, it's like I feel it, like, that's amazing.
So So I just flew in, and just before we had the Zoom call here, I was doing some work on my car. I got one of my convertible up here, and I'm just gonna enjoy the beautiful weather of Connecticut.
72 degrees right now for August, which, to anybody who's listening to this, at home, wherever they are, like that's really great for August in Connecticut. Like it's a cool fall feeling of a day here, which is so great. You don't get that a lot.
It's gorgeous. And then was it next in a couple of weeks? I'm going to be in the Netherlands and Belgium,
Wow.
promoting Below Deck. So
Season
that's
11.
going to be pretty cool. Yeah,
That's so cool. Like, so the one that we just did, the same one, now it's going into another area of the world. Which, wow, it really, like I said, it's so expansive. You don't have, I guess I didn't realize how expansive it was. And it was a shock to me, but then I was like, wow, this is so cool. So we want to say thanks again. And this is a wrap for the second episode of Realitypus. Thank you, Captain Kerry and Meredith. Any closing thoughts before we close this out?
I mean, what a lovely first guest. I hope you felt safe because I felt safe. And how nice to meet you. We so appreciate you being on. Keep doing what you're doing. You're a treasure.
You are a treasure.
Thank you.
Really, that's a great word for you. I
National
love that.
treasure now.
You really
International, baby.
You really are. You really are. And we're back. Oh, I'm kind of sad that's over, but really happy it happened.
I know. Maybe we can go back and revisit at a later time.
At some point. I mean, talk about a great first guest, though.
Yeah, totally. We both made each other feel safe as we discussed.
I love Captain Kerry. Thank you again, Captain Kerry.
Thank you.
That was also really awesome because we went and hung out with him. He was in Connecticut.
Yeah,
which is crazy, right? So
especially because we did a Zoom call when he was in Connecticut, and then we met up with him later anyway.
Almost like he should have come here in a way, right?
Yeah.
And we all would have just sat at the table.
Yeah.
But the way it worked out, he had just gotten in and he was in another area of Connecticut, so we met up with him at Boca Oyster Bar in Bridgeport.
And what did we eat while we were there?
Oh, this is the fun part. Meredith did me a salad.
I did.
And she went behind the scenes and asked the bartender and said something to the effect of, I see you have octopus and I see you have nachos. And that's love to me. So I want to just say I love you and thank you for doing that.
Of course.
Because we actually had octopus nachos
full circle
at Boca Oyster Bar with Captain Kerry, who he was like, he actually enjoyed them.
He did.
I want to say he loved it.
Yeah.
Right? So listen, octopus nachos, it's a thing. It may sound gross, but speaking of our octopus that now has headphones on, how amazing is this? This is our mascot for people that are just listening.
He has aspirations.
He is. He's thinking he may be the next producer.
Ooh,
Colt. Colt.
Threatening.
Oh boy. I mean, I think you know a lot more. Although they say octopuses are really smart.
Are they fast learners?
They are fast learners, and they have 8 arms. Which I just found out one of them is a questionable arm at this point.
Is it one or is it all 8?
All one. It's just one. Sorry, just one.
Well, that's good. That 8 would be just overwhelming.
Right. So if you haven't looked up reproduction in octopuses yet, this is probably where I'll stop talking, and you'll see what the one arm
worth a Google
does.
Though.
Worth a Google, because I just did, and I'll never unknow that now for sure. But we just named our octopus mascot. So ready? I'll do it. And you're very ready. DJ Polly Puss. Wait, DJ Polly Puss?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. DJ Polly Puss.
That's pretty good.
Right? So inspired kind of by DJ Polly D.
Yeah, maybe they can meet each other.
You know what? Maybe we'll have DJ Polly D on and he'll meet DJ Polly Puss. And,
Do you think they'll get along? I feel like they would.
I feel like they would.
Yeah.
I feel like he'd be like, hey, buddy. They'd be like GTLing together.
Yeah, we'd have to maybe gel his hair a little bit.
We can do that.
Okay.
We can. Yeah, I'm excited. And this all just happened right now. So, you know what? You can't make this up. DJ Polly Puss is here.
He's here.
We also on the table have some sprinkle cookies.
We do. I haven't had one yet. I'm very excited.
If you want to try one,
Ooh,
go for
I
it.
kind of do.
Absolutely. I would say go for it.
I want the sprinkliest one.
Of course, the prettiest for the prettiest.
that's so nice of you to say.
This is it. I know. I love it.
No, I can't get rid of
it's
it.
a puss love fest right now. But
Very
you know,
nice.
the reason why I have these on the table, and we actually did have them the last time for the other episode that we did, was because we met someone who is connected to sprinkle cookies, and that is
Melissa Gorga.
yes. So we were at the Stanford Food Festival this summer. She was there judging one of the burger competition, the Burger Bash.
Burger Bash.
And what a great time that was.
That was fun.
If you remember at the end, we thought she was going one way. And was it you?
It was me with the win.
And
the
you
save.
were like, hold on. Melissa Gorga's not
My
there.
Melissa radar went off.
And we booked it to the other side of the stage area, and there was sweet Melissa Gorga.
We caught her last minute by the skin of our teeth.
I gotta say, I really am a huge fan.
She was very sweet and lovely.
She really is. We gave her a Realitypus bracelet.
We did.
Yeah, we did. One of the OG ones that's like not even the same colors. So it was when it was a prototype.
Special issue.
Yeah, it was a prototype at that point. Thank you again, Jessica Kellogg. We're going to shout. Also, thank you for the shirt that I'm wearing.
Amazing.
She's really on top of all of our merch. And look at our hats, which is
We're really getting it
we've really
done
branched
with the
out
branding.
here. I mean,
yeah.
DJ Polypuss is in charge of all of the branding.
He's in charge of merchandising, branding.
So don't worry, Colt. Your job is safe. He has a whole other, different
responsibilities,
which I love. I love that. But Melissa Gorga was really great
and gorgeous.
The sprinkle cookies, though, for people who are listening, is based off of the Christmas episode where she brought those sprinkle cookies over to Teresa's house, and Teresa threw the sprinkle cookies in the garbage and said something to the effect of, "Who brings sprinkle cookies to a Christmas dinner?" And I would have been very happy, Melissa. I'm just letting you know right now.
Yeah. Well, maybe now every Christmas party we go to,
we bring sprinkle cookies.
Yeah.
And a Polypuss. And a DJ Polypuss. He's got to come with us too.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a Christmas ornament.
Yeah,
this
he
year.
needs like Christmas headphones.
I know. I think that's we're working on
red
this
and
this
green.
year.
We have a lot of ideas.
I can't wait for you to see the inflatable that I bought for Halloween.
That's right. I forgot.
So get ready. We'll show you those on Instagram, and definitely give us a follow at Realitypus, REALITYPUS, like an octopus. You know, Realitypus.
That's been a big point of contention.
Yeah, I mean, octopus in general was so controversial, which is why I think it's even better that, we kind of go along with this branding of it. But to wrap up the Melissa Gorga piece, I feel like we would love to have you on, Melissa. If
absolutely.
Whenever you're available, let us know.
She's got that clothing line. She's like, I'm sure she's
Envy.
busy.
Envy by Melissa Gorga. See, we know a lot. And
Yeah.
I would also say, too, for Real Housewives of New Jersey, it's questionable now at this point whether or not the original cast or the cast that's on this season will come back.
Right.
Or if they are going to do a reboot like they did for
New York.
The Roni. The Roni cast,
Roni.
right? Roni. Your fave.
I didn't know that was a thing. You taught me something.
Well, we're going to talk about that too at some point. So we had a wild experience in the Roni Orchard.
How delightful.
Oh my God. Well, stay tuned for that one. But I did just the other night go to Shrine Foxwoods.
You did. I
at the
couldn't make
casino.
it.
And I was so bummed because
I
so
know,
many
me
things
too.
would have been different if you were there. And I hate it when the Realitypus team gets separated.
I know.
It's kind of like when you put two people together and they become like a Voltron. Does that make sense? You know what Voltron is? Like where they become like these like mega powerful thing together.
Yeah, I like that.
And so separate, we're still powerful, but you come together and it's like unstoppable, right? Invincible. Yes, that's the right word. So with the Snooki situation, shout out to my friend Monica who did come with me to the casino that night.
She filled in for me.
Yeah, we ended up having dinner at Red Lantern. And here's the crazy part. This is what you're going to love, everybody. That Snooki was literally 2 feet away from me, and I didn't notice.
I can't believe you need Mama Bear.
This is why
next
the
time.
eyes need to be there. And I think I was looking at my phone doing some social media.
Yeah.
She was literally in the next space over from me. And as we walked past after we paid our check,
you're like, oh no.
I was like, oh my God, that's Snooki. Like, what? And so we sat back down, and I was like, what kind of plan can I come up with here to just kind of
not be a psycho, but
well, I wanted to give her one of these Realitypus bracelets because her son apparently is going to be an octopus
for Halloween, right?
Which I was like, oh my God. And even still, now look, DJ Polypuss would have been there the whole thing.
Right.
So I feel like at that point, it kind of was like, no, don't do it. Don't interrupt her dinner.
Right.
It was the,
Right.
But I feel like if we were together, something would have happened.
I have no shame. Something would have happened.
We would have just been like, okay, we're going to figure it out, like.
Well, like my Melissa Gorga radar, I'm sure I would have just like.
Yeah, I feel like, you've got that reality sixth sense to you. You know what I mean? Or the eighth sense, like for the for the arms of the tentacles. I see what you did there. So the Snooki episode itself for me at the casino was wild. There, it was packed.
Yeah, it looked packed in the video.
It was meatball madness is what it was.
I like that.
People love their Snooki. They love their meatball problems. And I do too. Like I watch that show religiously.
Me too.
And absolutely, again, would love to have Snooki on. When I was talking to my friend Monica, she actually said, oh, do you remember on episode 1 when you had a talk about Snooki on your first episode of Realitypus?
Oh, that's right.
And I was like, dang, this is like full circle. And I was like, thanks, Monica, for listening to the first episode.
Yeah, thanks for remembering more about our show than we do.
The origin story of everything. And she was like, it's funny. It would be full circle if this all... But I ended up doing a really amazing reel, getting all of that. And it's
if you do say so yourself.
It is. I mean, listen, Foxwoods picked it up.
Yeah,
so it's on the
nice.
Foxwoods Casino page, so anybody can see kind of my perspective. We did have a pretty wild night, which I'm not going to go into the details too much. Two people apparently got arrested.
And I wasn't there, so it wasn't me.
I might say they deserved it. I will say they deserved it.
Didn't sound good.
But I think just to protect anybody, I'm not going to,
Sure.
I won't say any names, although I could. And I feel like that was definitely a very fun experience, except for the getting, assaulted part. But
I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, no bruises. I feel like
no cuts.
I'm a 6'4" man, so I feel like it takes a lot.
You're sturdy.
And that's I'm pretty solid. But I think that was definitely a fun time, and I wish that you were there because
me too.
It would have made a huge difference in the gym tanning and laundry of the experience.
I actually had matching hoodies with a friend of mine that both said Spiral Squad. When she and Ronnie would go out and get wild.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one of my favorite episodes is they're getting margaritas and
they drop.
Immediately spill it.
And they like break the glass because they're already wasted from the night before.
Yeah, they were like
that
up
episode.
all night. Yeah.
Oh, it gives me cringe because like I did, obviously we've all done that.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm like, oh
Not
my
me,
God, like, I'm like, oh.
It was so
I kind of feel like maybe we should do that one day.
That would be fun.
Just to like,
relive their experience.
We'll have our Jersey Shore experience.
We need to go to the Jersey Shore.
I was just talking to Monica about this too, and she said it's available. How fun would it be?
Oh, the Shore House, right?
Yeah, we could Airbnb it and do an episode from the Jersey Shore House.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna shake hands right now and say,
all right, this is a promise. This is a sacred
plan
vow.
Because I think we're just gonna look into it, and ideally, Danny from the T-shirt shop is still there, and we could. I actually did also have a Buddy
nice.
zip-up hoodie at
we
one
should
point.
get one for.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
For our new friend.
Yeah, buddy. Oh my God, I love it. It's all coming back to me now. And also the Ron juice. We should have Ron juice while we're there.
That.
Get that watermelon out.
Yeah.
Oh my God, a lot of good times. So
maybe the hot tub, although it seems a little.
A
lot of chlorine first.
I feel
the pH level would have to be on point.
There were a lot of grenades in there probably.
Grenades,
right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, like look at this Jersey Shore lot. Like, what is the word? When you speak a certain language.
Oh.
Jersey Shore. Oh my God.
Linguistic?
No, Jersey Shore language.
Vernacular?
Yeah, maybe. Jersey Shore something. But at the end of the day, yes, Snooki was a fun experience. And we are excited as we wrap up this episode because we already have our next guest
Yes.
And her name is
Montana.
from the real world Boston.
What a delight.
We're going back to the building blocks of reality television right now.
Yeah, the origin.
And I feel like it would be a miss if we didn't talk about Real World, because it is such a powerful show of, I want to say, over 21, maybe 21 seasons.
Yeah.
And Montana was actually season...
It was early.
Yeah,
I want to say
early.
6, maybe?
Season 6.
It was 97. It was...
Right. Wait, so she was... So if it was 97, and then
well, because when I watched it on YouTube, or some of them are streaming online, but the ones that aren't streaming online, it was between like 5 and 9. So I feel like it was 6, 7, or 8, maybe.
Well, we're really excited.
Yeah.
I guarantee we're going to talk about some red lipstick with you.
Yeah.
You know, there's definitely...
That was really what stood out to me the most.
Stay tuned for another episode of Realitypus coming soon.
We'll see you later.
You're not the one. You're not the one.